What if I told you that 6 simple words could flip the entire dynamic, from you chasing him to him chasing you like it's his only mission in life? Sounds crazy, right? But it's not. It's psychology. Because these 6 words do something most women never do. They make a man feel something he didn't expect, the fear of losing your attention. And once he feels that, he starts chasing to get it back. Here's the truth most people never tell you. Attraction doesn't fade because you're not good enough. It fades because you became too available. You start over-explaining, over-texting, and over-giving. You take on all the emotional labor, but the secret isn't to do more, it's to say less and let your silence do the talking. Because the moment you shift from trying to impress him to testing him, everything changes. You stop waiting for his message and you start living your life again. That's when your energy becomes magnetic. If this message is resonating with you right now, take a second. Don't just watch this video, practice it. Text less, value more, and watch how the energy shifts. Ladies, let me tell you something. We live in a time where texting has become the new way of showing love. People fall for each other through messages. Relationships start and end through those little bubbles on a screen. And you know what, men? We're pretty simple when it comes to text. You don't need to send long paragraphs. You don't have to write essays or stories. You don't even have to send pictures. Sometimes just 6 small words can completely change the game. They can make a man chase you like you're the only thing that matters to him. You see, a man reacts to what grabs his imagination. He responds to what makes him feel appreciated. He reacts to what challenges him, excites him, and makes him curious about you. If you learn how to master texting, not only will you get his attention, you'll hold it. So today, I'm going to break down the 6 words that will make any man chase you. But listen closely. It's not only about the words, it's about the energy behind them. It's about your boundaries, your confidence, and the way you make him work to earn more of you. By the end of this, you'll never have to wonder again, should I text him? What should I say? You'll already have the answer. I respect myself first. Let's start right there, because if you don't understand this part, nothing else matters. Respect is the base of everything. And I don't just mean the respect a man gives you. I mean the respect you give yourself. Too many people out here are chasing love, attention, or validation, but they haven't learned to respect themselves yet. You can't show someone else how to treat you if you don't already treat yourself with worth. Let me tell you something true. Men, we chase what we respect. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. We might play games with people we don't respect. We might flirt, hang around, or text. But when it comes to serious pursuit, the kind that makes a man wake up thinking about you and planning his future around you, that only happens when he respects you. And that respect starts with how you respect yourself. Let me explain with a story. Years ago, before I ever had money, before success, I was just Steve, broke, struggling, and trying to figure things out. I would chase women because that's what guys do. But let me tell you the truth. The women who let me get away with anything, I didn't stay with them. If she let me talk to her any kind of way, if she let me come by whenever I wanted, if she answered my calls at 2 in the morning after I'd disappeared for weeks, I didn't respect that. But then there were women who said, Steve, you can't treat me like that. Those were the ones who made me stop and think. They made me look at myself and change how I behaved, because I had to. If I didn't, they weren't going to give me a chance. See, ladies, when you respect yourself, you draw a line. You tell the world, this is how I deserve to be treated. You don't have to shout it. You don't have to argue or write it on your shirt. It shows in how you carry yourself. It's in your posture, in your tone, in how calmly you say no when something doesn't match your values. Respect isn't loud, it's steady, and men notice it. Think about it. When you respect yourself, you don't treat every text like it's an emergency. You're not sitting by the phone waiting for him to decide when you're worth his time. You've got your own goals, your own priorities, your own standards. You're saying, I'm not desperate for your attention because my time already matters. That kind of quiet confidence makes a man chase you, because now you're not just another choice, you're the prize. And here's something else. Self-respect isn't only about what you say, it's about what you do when no one is watching. If you speak badly to yourself, if you accept less than you deserve, If you keep repeating painful patterns, you're showing the world that you don't value yourself. But when you hold your head high, when you remind yourself of your worth, when you walk away from what doesn't help you grow, you're not just protecting your peace, you're attracting better. The truth is, a man will rise to the level of your standards, but he'll drop to the level of your tolerance. If you accept disrespect, lies, or inconsistency, he'll keep giving you more of the same. But if you expect honesty, effort, and real commitment, he'll either level up or move on. And if he moves on, guess what? You didn't lose a thing. That's self-respect in action. So when I say those 6 words, I respect myself too much, I'm not just talking about a cute phrase to text a man. I'm giving you a whole mindset, a way of living. Because if you live by that truth, if you stand in that value, every man who comes your way will have only 2 options: step up and chase you, or step aside and make space for someone who will. My time is valuable too. Ladies, let me tell you something about men. We value what costs us. That's how we're wired. If something is too easy, if it doesn't take effort, we don't treasure it. Think about it. You've seen it in real life. A man will spend hours cleaning and polishing a car he bought, but he'll treat a rental like it's nothing. Why? Because that car represents his effort, his sweat, his money, his investment. And your time works the same way. If you don't treat your time like it's precious, if you don't guard it, why would he? Now, I know some of you might say, it's just time. If I like him, what's wrong with being available? But let me explain something powerful. Your time is your life. Every minute you spend with someone is a piece of your life you'll never get back. If you're giving it to someone who hasn't proven they deserve it, you're teaching them that you're okay being last on their list. Picture this: a man texts you on Wednesday at midnight. You're lying in bed, hair wrapped, relaxed, and you see that phone light up. Now, you've got 2 options. You can jump up, answer right away and say, "What's up?" Or you can look at that message, smile, and think, "My time is valuable." You don't have to be rude, you don't have to block him or start an argument, but you also don't need to reward lazy effort with your attention. When you respond instantly to late-night texts, you're teaching him your time is free. But when you pause, when you don't make yourself available just because it's convenient for him, you make him think, you make him plan, you make him try harder. And here's something I've learned about men. We rise to the level of effort required. If it takes work, we value it more. When something makes us chase, it stays on our mind. That's how men are built. So remember this: when you carry yourself with respect and treat your time like it matters, you don't have to chase anyone. The right man will notice, he'll feel it, and he'll rise to meet your energy. Because the truth is, a woman who respects herself and values her time is never the one doing the chasing. She's the one worth chasing. And that right there is what makes you truly unforgettable. When you say, "I bring joy, not drama," you're telling the world that when people are around you, their energy lifts instead of being drained. That's powerful, that's magnetic, that's rare. Now don't get me wrong, I'm not saying you have to walk around pretending your life is perfect or acting like problems don't exist. Nobody has a problem-free life. What I'm saying is that joy isn't the lack of problems, it's having peace in the middle of them. It's your ability to smile even when things aren't going your way, to be thankful when life feels hard, to uplift instead of complain, to love instead of criticize. When a man feels that kind of energy from you, he doesn't just want to text you, he wants to chase you because life feels lighter and better with you in it. Picture this: a man's had a long day full of pressure, stress, and frustration. Bosses, bills, traffic, all of it. He finally gets home or calls you, and instead of comfort, all he hears is arguing or complaining. Now he feels worse, not better, and even if he doesn't say it, he'll start to pull away. That's why so many men forget to reply when drama calls, because it feels heavy. But flip the story. Imagine that same tired man calls you and you make him laugh. You remind him he's capable. You share your dreams, you encourage him, and suddenly he feels calm. Around you, even chaos feels peaceful. That man won't stop chasing you because you've become his safe space. When I was younger, I dated women who always had drama, constant fights, doubt, negativity, and honestly, I ran from that. I might have stayed for a while, but inside I was already gone. But when I met women who had peace, who could laugh even when life was rough, I was hooked, because joy is contagious. When someone makes you feel good, you'll always come back for more. And ladies, listen, Joy doesn't mean you let people walk all over you. It doesn't mean ignoring red flags or avoiding real conversations. It means you face things with kindness, patience, and the attitude of, we can fix this without tearing each other down. That's real strength. That's real grace. And men notice that. See, drama might get attention for a moment, but joy keeps attention for a lifetime. Anyone can argue or create chaos, but not everyone can bring peace into a room. Not everyone can smile through challenges or lift others when they're low. That's why joy stands out, because it's rare. When you declare, I bring joy, not drama, you separate yourself from the rest. You're saying, I'm not here to drain you, I'm here to grow with you. I'm not here to fight you, I'm here to fight life beside you. I'm not here to stress you, I'm here to bless you. And trust me, a man will chase that energy every time. Because deep down, every man, no matter how tough he acts, is searching for peace. And when he finds that peace in you, he won't want to lose it. Remember, beauty might catch his eye, but joy will hold his heart. Attitude might spark his interest, but peace will make him stay. Drama makes noise, but joy builds a future. When you live with that kind of energy, you never have to beg a man to stay. He'll keep chasing you just to keep that light around him. Now let's get into this one, because it changes everything. I don't chase, I attract. Say it out loud, let it really sink in. Too many women have been taught to do the opposite. You've been told to go after him, to text first, to keep proving your worth, to keep convincing him why you're the one. But let me tell you something, men are natural hunters. We love the chase, the pursuit. It's built into us. And the second you start chasing, you take away what we were created to do. That's why it never works. You can't out-chase a chaser. Think about it. When you chase someone, you give them power. You're saying, you're the prize, and I'm the one running after you. But when you know your worth, you don't have to run after anyone. You stand firm in your truth, your beauty, your standards, and the right man will see you and think, I need her in my life. And then he'll do the chasing. That's how it's supposed to go. But let me make something clear. Not chasing doesn't mean being cold or distant. It doesn't mean playing games or acting superior. It simply means you don't waste energy convincing someone to see your value. You're already enough. You're already deserving of effort. The right man won't need to be convinced. He'll recognize it and act accordingly. I remember back in the day, I met women who chased hard. They called non-stop, showed up everywhere I went, kept trying to prove they were the one. And you know what? I didn't respect it. It felt forced. But when I met women who didn't chase, who carried themselves like they were already complete with or without me, that grabbed my attention. I wanted to earn their time. I wanted to know them more. I wanted to put in effort because they didn't hand out attention freely. And the less they chased me, the harder I chased them. That's the irony. Attraction is about energy. When you love yourself, when you're confident and living with purpose, you radiate something people can't ignore. You don't have to beg for affection or chase validation. You just align with your worth, and the right people come toward you naturally. That's why some women walk into a room and turn heads without saying a word. It's not just looks. It's energy. It's that quiet confidence that says, I know who I am, and I don't need to chase anyone. Here's the truth. The wrong man will run from that kind of confidence, but the right man will be drawn to it instantly. Because he's looking for a woman who knows her value, who won't settle, who inspires him to be better. And the only way he can pursue that is if you give him the space to do so. So when you say, I don't chase, I attract, you're not just talking about relationships, you're talking about your whole life. You're saying, I attract peace, I attract love, I attract opportunities, I attract abundance, because this principle applies to everything. When you stop chasing things out of fear or desperation and start living from confidence and calm, you naturally pull the right things to you. That's why this mindset is powerful. You don't have to chase approval or attention, because once you truly believe in your worth, everything meant for you finds its way to you. You don't have to chase a man. You just have to be so steady and sure of who you are that the right man looks at you and says, that's her, that's the one. And when that moment happens, you won't have to lift a single finger because he'll do the chasing and he won't stop until he's won your heart. I am worth the pursuit. Ladies, This one right here is the anchor for everything we've been talking about. You can't truly walk in self-respect. You can't protect your time. You can't keep your standards high. You can't bring joy instead of drama. And you can't stand firm in attracting instead of chasing, unless you first believe deep down in your soul that you are worth being pursued. That belief is where everything begins. When you know your worth, you stop bargaining your value with people who don't deserve a discount. Too many women live as if they're on clearance, like they have to lower their price just to be chosen. If I lower my expectations, maybe he'll stay. If I give more of myself, maybe he'll finally choose me. If I keep proving myself, maybe I'll be enough. But listen carefully, you are already enough. You were enough from the moment you took your first breath. The right man won't need you to shrink, bend, or beg just to convince him. He'll see your worth instantly and pursue it with all he's got, because that's what real men do when they recognize true value. I've seen this in my own life. When I chased my dreams, I didn't chase them because they were easy. I chased them because they were worth it. Success was hard. Building something meaningful was hard. Providing for my family was hard. But I stayed the course because the prize mattered. That's exactly how men are when it comes to women. When a man believes you are worth it, he'll move mountains, change habits, and do whatever it takes. But if you don't believe you're worth it yourself, you'll settle for half effort and start calling it love. Picture this: a diamond lying in the dirt. It doesn't lose its worth just because it's in the wrong place. But until someone recognizes it, digs it up, cleans it, and protects it, it stays hidden. That's how many of you are living right now. You are diamonds sitting in the dirt, waiting for someone to notice your shine. But here's the truth: before anyone else can see your worth, you have to see it first. You have to wake up and say, I am worth the pursuit. I am not common. I am not average. I am not a backup plan. I am the prize. And once you start living with that belief, everything begins to shift. Your standards grow stronger, not weaker. Your time becomes precious. Your presence begins to glow differently. You stop acting like you're trying to earn attention and start walking like attention already belongs to you. And when the right man sees that, he won't treat you like an option. He'll treat you like his priority. Now, don't misunderstand. Believing you're worth the pursuit doesn't mean you become arrogant. It doesn't mean you think you're better than others. It simply means you stop settling for crumbs when you deserve the entire table. It means you stop making excuses for bad behavior. It means you stop carrying one-sided relationships, hoping someone will finally realize your value. You stop chasing someone to prove your worth, because if they can't see it on their own, they were never meant for you in the first place. Here's the beauty of this truth. When you live by the mindset, I am worth the pursuit, you attract far more than a man. You attract opportunities that match your energy. You draw in friendships that respect your spirit. You invite blessings that recognize your shine. You stop wasting time with people who drain you and start creating space for the ones who genuinely see your light. Remember, pursuit isn't about desperation, it's about recognition. A man who truly sees your worth will pursue you because he knows you're rare. And once you believe you're worth that kind of pursuit, you'll never again settle for being someone's option. You'll finally understand that the true prize doesn't chase, it gets chased. And you, my dear, are that prize. Let me close this out with something simple but powerful. You don't need a magic text to make a man chase you. You don't need clever tricks. You don't need to twist yourself into someone else's shape just to be chosen. What you need is to stand tall in who you are and live by these 6 truths we've walked through today. When you say, I respect myself too much, you build your foundation. When you affirm, my time is valuable too, you stop giving away your energy for free. When you hold firm and say, I won't lower my standards, you naturally push away the ones who were never serious. When you choose to live with the mindset, I bring joy, not drama, you become unforgettable. When you declare, I don't chase, I attract, you step fully into your power. And when you finally believe, I am worth the pursuit, you unlock a level of confidence that transforms everything. These aren't just cute phrases to text a man, they are reminders to text into your own heart every single day. Because when you live by them, the right man won't just text you back. He'll show up, step up, and never stop chasing you. So hold your head high, walk in your worth, and never again settle for less than what you deserve. You are not average. You are not replaceable. You are not ordinary. You are a diamond. You are the prize. You are worth the pursuit. And the man who recognizes that, who honors that, who values that, he will never let you go. Now go live by these 6 powerful words and let the right chase begin.